Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my PlayStation 4 screen.
Hi, Sonic Mania, and hello, Hoa Duarte.
Yeah, we're doing Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. This game was originally meant to be. That's part of the loading screen, Jova. Don't worry.
Hi, Chloe.
That's next gen Chloe. The platform, the next gen jump did well. Anyway, yeah, this game started as a DLC episode for Uncharted 4, akin to the Left Behind DLC of The Last of Us. However, as the developers were making it, they kept coming up with more and more ideas, and eventually this DLC kept growing and growing, and eventually it became its own standalone game.
Yeah, I remember. It was announced as DLC like during the 2015 Sony E3.
Actually, no. They said they were working on the DLC, but they never specified anything about it, and then it later got revealed as this. This game was actually developed over. This game was developed by the. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, Sony, the masters of explaining things in ways that really are way too confusing. They say we've been working on DLC and show Lost Legacy, but they're not clear on whether or not that's DLC. Turns out it's not. They say that Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy was a remaster, but in turns it's actually a remake. You freaking liars! They say this or that, and they haven't told us a lick to specify about that medieval resurrection. I mean, a totally medieval remake or remaster. Like, seriously, Sony, you make some great output, but you really need to work on conveying messages to your consumers. You're giving us heart attacks, dang it.
Alright then. Uncharted Lost Legacy was actually developed over the course of a year. It was developed by the Naughty Dog's B team, the same team that gave us Uncharted 3. And it's actually pretty impressive for a game that was developed over the course of a year, as you guys will see.
And I gotta say, had 1 year of development.
Yes.
Pedro, pretty short one, I'm guessing.
It started development right after Uncharted 4 finished development, and it released about a year later, basically.
I was just gonna say, Pedro. From my perspective, this game was perfect value for money.
Well, yeah. By all means, Dwebs, no. He means it, Shiroi. Go ahead, Dwebs. Tell the story.
Yeah. Basically, audience, over Black Friday weekend, I was looking through the PlayStation Store, and I managed to find this game for free. So I took it immediately and downloaded it. And straight afterwards,
others.
And straight afterwards, I said it was like £19.99, but by that point, I got it for free anyway. So,
So yeah, Sony presents a Naughty Dog game. Yeah.
Wow, so some of you really must have gotten into the Black Friday spirit to give games like that for free.
And that's why I love Sony Europe.
But I love it more because I can get good games for free.
Yes. And the best part about all this is that was totally legal.
Anyway, everybody, this game actually stars Chloe, one of the fan favorite side characters. And yeah, like I said, the next gen jump. She's looking damn fine after that jump. If I say so myself. I mean, seriously, of course, this game is using the Uncharted 4 engine. Compare this model to her Uncharted 2 or 3 model.
So, how much was this game? First day, price-wise.
40 euros.
Oh, so just 10 less than the normal.
It costs the exact same as Sonic Forces at release.
And one's better.
What? Nothing?
Let's not get into that, Jiro, for now. Anyway. Oh, you drive a hard bargain, little girl.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how Indian currency works. So.
Also, sorry. I'm sorry. Which of the two games was released for free again?
Yeah.
All right. So we got Mark Show Off.
Yes. Neil Druckmann did not work directly on this game. However, he did supervise the story.
Was it to make sure, say Chloe acted like Chloe?
Yeah, now that Amy Hennig is not there. Not that Amy Hennig is not there. Neil Druckmann is the big story head of Naughty Dog.
Oh my god, that's right. Both Hennig and Straley are both gone, so now only Druckmann's really left.
Actually, Well, yeah,
It's like Jugman's the only guy who was there during Naughty Dog's cartoony era.
No, I'm pretty sure there are some
no.
others left.
We have other people left from there. I'm talking about, out of the trio.
Oh, it says right there, head of narrative development, Neil Druckmann.
Yeah. When I referred to Hennig, Druckmann, and Straley Dwibs, I'm talking about the trio that started, Naughty Dog's more realistic but still vibrant and colorful trend, starting with, Uncharted and Last of Us.
Basically, this little girl is doing everything she can to drag as much money out of Chloe as possible.
And now we have I'll Be Your Guide. Now we've got I'll Be Your Guide's sister.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let me guess. She works for someone who...
No. It's much more simple than that. She's just a girl who sells on the market. That's really all she is. Basically, she has to take care of the store on her own because her father is fighting in the war.
So when's the part where we have the gotta keep one jump ahead of the breadline score?
Later. Alright, so yeah, like I said, this game is using the Uncharted 4 engine, both gameplay-wise and graphics-wise. So, if you've played Uncharted 4, you know exactly how this works.
Pardon me? Oh, cool, they have the pushing system from Assassin's Creed.
Don't get me wrong. Decent technique on the lift. But I'd like my Ganesh back.
Oh.
Oh, and the villain of this game is going to be played
Oh
by
my god,
someone.
she has the Ark of the Cosmos in the palm of her hands.
Yeah,
It's glowing and everything.
when we meet the villain of this game, he's played by someone who might be actually familiar to us.
Yes.
Bryce Dallas Howard?
No.
Glenn Close?
It's from a Netflix show.
Neil Patrick Harris?
Close.
Will Smith?
No, just wait till he shows up.
Oh, I've already got what I need. Thanks.
Yeah, I kind of wish we could actually buy stuff, and then Chloe would have to carry all that around with her while she eats.
You can actually buy stuff, the webs. For every, depending on how well you play throughout the game, you earn points, and you can use those points on the in-game store, so you can unlock extra perks like different costumes and stuff like that.
I think there's been buying in universe.
So there you go. In order to enter there, I need to
sort of
take off
like-
my shoes, obviously, because
Sort of
India.
how, for the first time ever in Super Mario Odyssey, Mario can now buy new outfits.
Yep.
In fact, he can even dress up in Peach's wedding dress. Don't worry, Dibs. The description explains it well. They made sure to make a design for his measurements.
I was just going to say, how's he going to fit in that Peach dwarf sim?
They designed it for his measurements, apparently.
Yep.
He's like
Mario can
he's like half a Peach's height, isn't he?
Anyway,
Not only that, he can also run in heels, too.
yeah.
Anyway, I was just saying if we meet the
Let's keep on
villain,
topic.
Let's just tell Siri what was Lucas Shaw's bird.
You can say when the villain shows up.
Were you going to tell her? Was it on top
No,
of this?
never mind. I can't say it.
Okay. Oh, crud. Watch out. You may run into Dat's a rebel.
What? No, don't.
Oh, it's
All right.
your dad.
No, it's not that. She's distracting the guard so that we can get into the truck.
I guess some Indians can speak English, but why don't they speak Punjabi?
Is it sad that right out of the gate this
Well,
game's already
it's just one of those jumps in logic you kind of have to make in order for the audience to understand what's going on.
Is it sad that right out of the gate this game's already doing the whole child companion that I'm supposed to care slightly about better than Beyond Two Souls
Marginal and
do?
Shauna Skag.
And remember, Jova, this is literally all the only role she has. She only shows up in the ending after this.
So
it's not like and you're not supposed to care about her.
I already like her better than emotional manipulation African boy. That's what I'm calling him.
Salim. Anyway, yeah, here's an interesting thing. We can actually use Chloe's smartphone and check her photos. And yes, you can. Even though you
Take
can
a
use
selfie, can't you?
No, you cannot. But you can use the DualShock 4's touchpad to swipe the photos like you would in a natural smartphone. Chapter 1, The Insurgency.
Immersive. So what is Chloe looking for?
We're going to learn in a bit when we find her partner, because in between games, everybody, Chloe got herself a partner in crime of sorts. We'll see who it is later.
So, Jova, you haven't seen Sequence?
Oh, wait,
He saw this opening sequence, Shira, because this opening sequence was the reveal demonstration at the PlayStation Experience 2015. However,
he doesn't know who her partner is for this.
No, he does, because he does because
I'm pretty sure I know who her partner is.
she showed up at the end of that demo, Shira. So everybody already knew anyway.
Okay.
Besides, it's kind of advertised from the get-go.
Just a bit confused about Jova's reactions to things.
No. More so wondering what Chloe's looking for as opposed to who her partner is.
We're going to learn later about that. We'll see.
Anyway, is it ever established clearly where this takes place on the Uncharted timeline?
India.
Oh, timeline.
Oh, timeline. After Uncharted 4. In fact, I think it's like a couple months after Uncharted 4, because, well, I cannot say why, because that would require spoilers. You'll see.
So it's a bit like Investigations. It's weeks after Ace Attorney 3, when Ace Attorney Investigations 1 starts, and Ace Attorney Investigations 2 takes place a few weeks.
I'm in the middle of
What?
something.
You were going a bit... Oh, never mind. I think you're fine now.
Yeah. And also how the final case of Ace Attorney Investigations 2 don't want distance. The final case of Investigations 2 was
Joby, you're kind of sounding like a cyborg now.
Yeah.
Get going.
Sure, how do I sound to you?
You sounded garbled.
Yeah, you might want to
Is it
reset.
better now?
Still the same. Sorry. Anyway,
Alright.
so yeah, once again, in typical Naughty Dog fashion, while we walk through, there's always a lot of storytelling being done in the background, where we see where we get a good sense of what the war is exactly causing to the populace while we walk through.
Okay,
Go get
how
to the
about
red
now?
door, pretty much.
Okay, now it's
yeah,
fine.
you sound better.
So I realized something. I had YouTube on all EM quality settings.
Oh, good. Now you sound...
Now it sounded garbled again.
Interesting. Anyway, this is a good start to the playthrough. Anyway, all
Hey,
right.
it's just like how Leighton 2 started.
Yeah, true.
Or that was because
Robo
we were cursed.
Jova.
To be fair, that was because we were cursed because
Joby, you sound like you're on auto-tune.
which is weird because you guys sound just fine to me.
What's the
Not
Queen's
singing.
What's the Queen's Ruby?
The Queen's Ruby is something that I'll explain later, Dwibs. Basically, I'm doing the game on New Game Plus, which is why I have that.
Okay, how about now?
A bit better. Alright, so yeah,
Anyway,
the stealth mechanics from Uncharted 4 return. So there you go.
what time are you guys at?
13:02, 3, 4, 5.
13:07.
Click.
So, anyway, as I was about to say, believe it or not, the final case of Investigations 2 takes place literally about a week before a same case happens in Apollo Justice.
Cool.
Yeah, that's partly...
Drunk or something.
Yeah. Basically, after we do Apollo Justice, sure, we're going to do the 2 investigation games.
Might as well.
Okay. I'm guessing that's where the timeline is.
Well,
More like
technically-
more like production order, Shiri.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, more so that. See, here's how it goes, sure. Chronologically...
Hold on, Joe, I have to
Ace
explain
Attorney-
this. There's a new mechanic in this game. Lock picking.
Oh, lockpicking.
Here's how it works. You move the analog stick in a circle, and you wait till your controller vibrates. And when it vibrates, keep it in that particular spot so you can move the 3 steps. So it's usually 2 or 3 steps. So basically, you can use it without the vibration. Even if you use the vibration, you can always just look at the actual icon, which will vibrate as well. However, I do recommend having the vibration on because it helps.
Sucks to be emulating this, then.
Rooftop Pink Lotus.
Not really, Jova. I mean, the DualShock 4 can be used on PCs, so...
Oh, no. I'm talking strictly about emulators.
We'll see.
Unless they can simulate the vibrating.
A bit too early for PlayStation 4 emulation.
Yeah.
Never
so
underestimate
basically,
the internet.
There's a South guy who's been fighting this war, the civil war in India for a while.
Exactly. Very good, Whips. Okay, so
We're going to meet him in about 5 minutes. I
yes,
believe.
our partner says that she'll meet us at the top of this building in 5 minutes. Here's a problem. Here's the problem. There's guards in here, so it's time for once again the same exact mechanics that Neil Druckmann Bristol introduced in the previous game to take hold. Do you want to do brute force, or do you want to stuff your way through? However,
brute force.
However, we're at the beginning of the game, so we have yet to find ourselves some weapons. So this particular spot is recommended to use stealth. It kind of serves as the stealth tutorial of the game of sorts.
Not to worry, Shiro. If there's another Uncharted game after, probably for PS5, I'll do that one.
Sure.
Hopefully they wait before releasing the PS5. I mean, give this generation some time to shine.
I mean, as of yet, there's no word on anything. So I think.
Oh my god! And besides, guys, why in the generation before we get an even more stupidly named Xbox One system? I mean, Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X. How about we get the Xbox 1.5?
Hey guys, look at Jove! Look at Jove expecting Microsoft to act like human beings.
Next, we'll get the Xbox 1.0.
Sir, I heard a gasp.
Well, of course you heard a gasp. We're in the middle of a war, Private.
No, like there's someone here kind of gasp.
Well, of course there's someone here. Ralph already went up there.
Try get him on your radio.
He didn't bring his radio because he lent it to you because you forgot your radio. You're already getting court-martialed for that in the morning.
I told you my radio was broken, sir.
Right, sure. Just like the time when you told me that supposedly you were part of this mercenary group where most of your numbers were cut down by just one guy with a handgun. Preposterous.
Our leader was a complete hack, okay?
Come on, asshole.
Really, was she now? Because I heard she actually managed to survive while most of you got killed off.
She went out of business.
Right. What was her name anyway? It was Nanny something, Addie.
Who cares?
Anyway,
was it?
Who cares? She's a washed-up has-been.
Anyway, once again, Chloe is played by Claudia Black, the same actress who played her in the previous games.
I feel like I've seen Claudia Black in somewhere before.
She's an Australian actress, and before the SJW start talking about how they're whitewashing an Indian role, guess what? We're going to learn later. Well, remember, Jova, Australian actress playing an Indian character.
Wait. When was it ever established that Chloe was Indian? I thought she
in
was
this game.
from the get-go.
In this game. Well, Jova, it's a bit more complicated, Jova. She's the daughter of Indian parents who grew up in Australia. So even though the character is Indian, the character grew up in Australia, so it makes sense for an Australian actress to play her. So
not only that, but if she was born in Australia, then yeah, she's technically an Australian.
But she is of Indian descent, though. Well, actually, no. Did I say that she was born in Australia? Sorry, I misspoke then. Basically, she was born in India.
Born in Australia.
She was born in India, but grew up in Australia. Basically, she was brought to Australia as a little girl, so she has barely any memories of living in India.
Well, and of course it's not Well, of course it's not whitewashing them because. Well,
Dwebs, you might say this is Chloe Fraser Homecoming.
Anyway, I was going to say...
the Pink Lotus.
Well, it looks pink enough from here.
Hold on, there's cutscene.
I don't remember any controversy regarding that.
Those water graphics.
Me neither.
Well, Naughty Dog's always been good at water graphics, even in the PS1 games.
No, it's never just that. This engine, this goddamn graphics engine, Jesus Christ.
Forget the roof, yeah. Whoops.
Oh, now you tell me.
Whack.
Yeah, but this is Chloe, so yeah.
Oh, haha. Guard, parry, thrust, spin.
My guess is this was to make up for those who were disappointed that Chloe was just...
Hello, there you go. So there you go, everybody. Chloe and Nadine made some kind of deal so that they can get something together. So yeah, in between games, Nadine became Chloe's partner.
I guess, to be fair, with most of her militia taken freaking down by the nature of law and Nathan Drake, it makes sense.
You'll see. We're actually going to get proper backstories and explanations as the game goes on.
But yeah, I never really heard of any controversies regarding Chloe.
Jova, it's the internet. There'll always be controversy, no matter how minutiae something is. Anyway.
Well, yeah, but not even
dialogue.
a widespread one. Oh.
Take unnecessary risks. We. Let's get one thing straight. This is my gig. You want your share? We play by my rules.
I'll have you know, honey, I was here first. I don't care if you're voiced by freaking Laura Bailey.
That doesn't get you privilege around here.
So
unless you're Pedro playing the game, in which case...
like Jova said, yes, Nadine is once again played by Laura Bailey. Voiced and mocapped as well.
He's the one with the beard, yeah, and men with beards in India isn't exactly a
Hatchet Whips,
rarity.
it works here because all of his men are beardless, so...
Yeah, only the leader gets a beard around these parts.
Exactly, there you
Show
go.
superiority, I guess.
Reminds me.
One of the great things that... Oh, Chapter 2. Infiltration. Basically, we're going to infiltrate that guy's house so we can steal something from him that we need.
You know, I just realized, Pedro.
What?
Act 2 is trying to rip off Uncharted with the title for the chapter sequences and how they use it as a checkpoint when you think about
Alright,
that.
there are... okay, coming off Uncharted 4, there are some bits that you can tell this game was on a bit of a budget. I.e., there's no hand-drawn titles and there's no pictures that are drawn. Instead, they're just saved to the phone.
Personally, I don't
also,
really mind that.
aren't the worlds smaller in this game too? Slightly?
Actually, well, it's yes and no. It's gonna. I'll save that question for part 2, Jova, because of all the Uncharted games, this is the most exploratory one. In fact, this game kind of does something that you've been wanting the series to do for a while, and you'll see. You'll see what I mean when we get to part 2.
Really?
One of the big. Once again, Naughty Dog's great writing is at work. The interaction between these two is always fun.
Wow, we're going full on Mario here.
I love that line, by the way. You sure this is safe? No.
When is it ever safe? No, seriously, Chloe, when has it ever been safe?
You've been in this game long enough to know that.
What's she holding?
Move on to ledge to shoot.
Basically, Jova, I'm playing on New Game Plus, so I already have one of the optional treasures. Basically, it's the Queen's Ring. Sorry, the Queen's Ruby. What it does is every time
you have the MacGuffin.
Basically, what it happens is, Jova, every time I get near a treasure, the ruby will glow and the controller will shake to warn me that I'm somewhere near a treasure. So it makes hunting for treasures easier.
So let me guess.
I thought it would be some special power that allow you to kill all the enemies in one punch.
Yeah,
No.
I was about to ask him. So let me guess. Mystical items and treasures that you collect give you power-ups. Or is it just the Queen's Ruby?
No, the Queen's Ruby does only exactly what I've just described. However, as you collect points for the point system that I described earlier, you can go to the store and buy extra stuff like infinite ammo, specific guns spawning, like where you can just go to the menu and immediately spawn a gun on your hands.
I got that. I was just wondering, Michael, is it like Sonic Adventure where you get multiple accessories that Chloe can take for abilities?
No.
Ah, wow. So essentially, Chloe has the plot MacGuffin.
No, the Queen's Ruby.
Kinda.
The Queen's Ruby is actually part of a side quest. It has nothing to do with the story.
Oh, really? I thought that's what she was trying to go after.
No, what we're going after is you'll see at the end of this part.
Well, you mentioned earlier the Queen something.
Jova, that thing that's glowing on her wrist that you asked about, that's the Queen's Ruby.
No. I know about that. I'm just saying, even earlier, though, you and Dribs were talking about a Queen something, and that's what they were looking for.
The Queen's Ruby has nothing to do with what's going on right now.
Dribs, what was that thing you mentioned earlier? Queen's Tiara or something?
I don't know.
The point is,
Whatever.
just ignore
You'll never
the
know.
just ignore the ruby for now. I'm gonna show off the side quest anyway, so you'll get to see it for yourselves anyway.
Don't worry, I'm fine with it.
So do we have to get a sapphire in this game? I've forgotten.
No, only a ruby. No sapphire.
Aw,
Sorry.
bugger. Well, we got a ruby at least.
And hey, we've got an actual Steven Universe PS4 game.
Yeah, as you guys can
Right.
see through the interactions, this is once again for one of the big dynamics between these two characters is for the contracts. Chloe is, of course, is the most free.
Chloe, no, don't do it.
Chloe, stop!
Chloe's the more free-spirited, loose one, whereas being from a military background, obviously Nadine is the more strict, methodical one.
Oh, Nadine's from a military background. Also, you deserve that.
And you killed Nadine.
No, Nadine survived. But hey, if Nadine's gonna be the butt monkey of the story, by all means.
One of the things that I really like about Nadine, particularly her design, and you'll see this when we change to her default outfit, not these ones that they're wearing right now, is that while she is muscular, they still retain her femininity to the point where they don't exaggerate the muscles. Like it's not like one of those things where they don't give her a bodybuilder's body or something because that automatically equals strong character. Instead, it's a perfect balance where she's clearly a physically strong woman, but at the same time she still retains her femininity. Because one of my biggest pet peeves in media is when people are so lazy in writing that their way of creating a strong female character is by just creating
They have to make them look masculine for some reason.
Not just that, Shira, but write them as men, which is why I hate Lightning. Lightning is basically a male character that they gave boobs when you get right down to it.
I never. Okay. In regards to Lightning being a man, I honestly just see her more as a Cloud ripoff as opposed to, a specific gender. Because honestly, look, doesn't matter what writing Lightning would have had, man or woman, it would have sucked.
Well, yeah, what I mean, Jove, is that she lacks any sort of traits that women have. She's just a generic Cloud-like character, like you said.
Well, I'd say that she lacks traits that men characters have. I mean,
well,
look, if there's one
She's
thing,
just a blank slate.
Which is funny. She has more of a personality and stuff that isn't done by Toriyama.
This idiot,
Yeah.
and
My
World of Final
point
Fantasy.
yeah. My point is that honestly, there's another degree of laziness with
Oh,
having.
I love this one. Hold on. Wait for it.
Oh, yeah, we could.
Or that works, yeah.
You could have done that before.
Anyway, yeah.
could've, but I didn't.
If I had to wait for the right timing, otherwise it wouldn't be funny.
Anyway, there's a problem people don't bring up as well, also with the problem of having women act like men. Here's an issue here. The fact that you think they're acting like men just shows another problem here. Oh, so all men supposedly act like that? So I guess a man is not manly if he acts like that. Like, that is incredibly stupid. Not only are you having a woman act like what you think a man is, but you're implying that you supposedly know what a man's gonna do in that situation, and that's just even worse here.
Well, I mean, the only differences between men and women
important.
are cosmetic. So, just
Yeah.
write a good character and be done with it. You could do that.
Hold on, guys.
Yes,
Nadine was just asked Chloe, doesn't this bother that he's trafficking these things? These are Indian artifacts, and he's like, not my fight. So it seems like Chloe doesn't care much for, again, being of course the anti-hero that we know her from Uncharted 2 and 3. She's not here, so she doesn't care so much for the whole sentimental / archaeological value. She's just here to get herself some money.
I'd say Chloe's evolved from being just an anti-hero to being more of just, let's call her Maverick with a heart of gold, since at least now she seems to have more morals than she used to.
Oh yeah, and that will also reflect itself in this plot.
Yeah, I'm sure it raises a good point, though. I mean, really, when you get down to it, the main difference between men and women is cosmetic. Like, heck, there's no standard in real life. Well, okay, aside from the standard set civilization places on men and women.
There you go. Hold on, Jova.
But
There you
those
go.
are stupid
There you go.
anyway,
That's
so-
that artifact that we just saw in that drawing. That's the big plot MacGuffin that everybody's looking for in this game.
Oh,
The Tusk
oh,
the Tusk of Ganesh.
So it's the dagger from Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time.
Except this is a better game. Sorry,
Oh, wait.
sorry too.
It's right here.
Asshole. No, it's
Wait,
not
so
Jova.
it's
That's
right here.
no, it's not Jova. That's a different Tusk. I mean, it would be a really short
Yeah.
game if that was a Tusk of Ganesh. All right, time for some more lockpicking.
Well, imagine that, Pedro. A throwback to Wario Land 2, where you can essentially end the game by doing nothing. Kids, you're not sure. You can actually end the game in Mario Land 2 by doing nothing.
Yeah. Well, not so much end the game. Well, not so much end the game, Jova. End the first level, more like.
Well, yeah, end the first level, and it's possible to get, like, isn't it, like, only one other level after that, and then the credits will roll?
No. It's like 7 levels after that.
Either way, though, basically it's relatively short on that route compared to the
There we
other
go.
ones.
Basically, we were looking for. Oh, there we go. Dibs. Now you can say it. Go ahead, Dibs.
Anyway, coming up is hang on, I'll wait till he shows up on.
There he is.
Yep, there he is. It's Hook Hands from Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yay!
I thought he looked somewhat familiar.
His actor's name is Usman Ali,
Tiger's got claws.
and he plays Asav.
Azov, yes, our villain.
Yes. And you haven't.
How did you manage to grow your hands back?
Oh, let me guess. Never mind. It's Nadine he's talking to.
Yeah. Here you go. Shoreline's under new management now.
Well, I guess when you kind of lead them on an expedition where about 80% of them get killed
So,
off.
yeah,
I think they might question that.
Yeah, after the fiasco that was her mission in Uncharted 4, her father kind of fired her.
You're fired.
Oh, her father fired her.
Oh, remember, her father was the big hunch of Shoreline. She was the commander, but now... Basically, the reason she's partnering with Chloe is because she needs money
She
to
wants
see...
to redeem herself
Yeah,
in the eyes of her father.
Very good, Jova.
Of antiquities.
Oh, yeah, I love this one. I love this
Could you
one.
guys give me a time?
31, 56.
Go ahead, 32:30.
32:46.
Sure.
Okay, we'll count you in. Oh, crud, we also have the Pink Lotus to deal with.
Pink Lotus sounds like a car.
Right.
Yeah, the disc, Chloe.
At first, I mistook you for just an average rebel.
What time are you guys at?
No, hold on.
Don't worry,
that's-
Dribs, we're not there at 46 yet.
Empire. That's not bad. The greatest treasure. The Tusk of Ganesh. Now that's
Is in the family jewels.
3 Persian invasions, 3 separate wars, and all these years later.
Okay, Dribs, get ready, and 3, 2, 1, click.
You have of even narrowing
I must say, Hook Hands has moved on up in his career. He went from serving Count Olaf and his stupid theatre troupe to leading a rebellion.
Yep.
It's quite a shift.
So,
Maybe
yeah,
it was a rebellion against
So yeah, basically Chloe's
Yeah.
trying to negotiate with him. You need someone who's an expert in Indian culture and history, and I happen to be one of those, so...
A parasite. Who exploits
So let me guess, this guy.
Yeah,
needs
Azov
a-
doesn't really like Chloe, because she's just here to steal shit from India. Basically, he's a big he's a big patriotic guy of sorts.
You've got balls. I like that.
By that I mean metaphorical balls.
Shoot them.
Like I said, the family jewels.
Yeah, Azov's not having any of Chloe's stuff. So yeah, let's just
Yeah, whoa.
Oh crap.
That escalated.
Ow. Yes. Ugh. Seriously, boss. Of all the times to get your hand surgically repaired, it's now.
Well, it was a very, very tough operation.
But Dan, they must have done a pretty bang good job.
It cost a lot.
That explains why there's only like 2 men guarding you.
Here we go.
Here we go!
Also, Harry Jackman, the composer of Uncharted 4, returned for this game as well.
Oh yeah, I died a couple of times at this bit.
What the hell was that back there?
Alright, important here.
You were going to sell me out, weren't you?
Couple times I fell off the building.
God, who's being unprofessional now?
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It means you let Assad get the jump on us. I'm starting to wonder whether you're worth the 50%.
I knew it. You were going to give me up. Guess a leopard can't change his spots.
You know nothing about me.
Fair warning. Last person who betrayed me wound up dead.
True.
There's your
Yeah. Oh,
We can probably talk about this later. Let's go!
You can kiss and make up later.
I'm sure plenty of people are shipping you as we speak.
oh. Whack.
Pro- Once again, keeping expanding from the new, more dynamic camera fighting system that started in Uncharted 3. Oh, and I got a trophy. Partner in crime.
I was just wondering what that. I was wondering what that meant.
Basically, it's a trophy that you get for if you do a lot of punches as a team up with Nadine.
What time are you guys at?
We're at 36 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, YouTube. Well, right now I'm at 36:18.
In that case, pause
wait there. We're almost there.
Alright.
and
3,
click.
2, 1, click.
I was already at
There we
46:18. I don't know where you were, but whatever. The point is,
Whoa!
Oh,
here we go. Yeah, this is going great, both in the game and us commentating on this.
yeah. I played a bit at this game. I got up to like the second temple, I believe.
Before moving on to a new game, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
Crash.
Oh crap!
Wow!
Oh,
Nice, just lovely. Hope you can swim.
They can.
and he drowned.
But it's okay because they still managed to get away thanks to this.
So,
They were saved by the power of editing.
Yeah.
okay, so we're gonna go all Thelma and Louise.
All right. Here's the cutscene that was actually shown also as part of the promotion. All right. This is actually really important. We're gonna get all the necessary exposition that we need out of this scene.
Don't worry, I'm watching the text. There's Chloe's usual outfit.
Yeah, and Nadine's.
Why didn't I bring my PS Vita?
Because your Vita died. Irony, including the name. Because Vita's supposed to mean life, but Sony don't feel the need to give it life.
Unless it's in
condolences.
Japan.
But don't worry, someday Mighty Number
So
9 is
yeah,
gonna come out.
we have a
with-
problem. It's only the two of us, and Azab's got an entire army.
So,
Not that stopped Drake in that before.
True.
yeah.
Except she's not.
But remember, Dwebs, unlike Chloe, Nathan, and Sam, Nadine is a much more methodical.
She's a thinker.
Yeah, she's a
Does
thinker.
Nadine know that the Drakes are alive?
Yes, she does. Don't worry, Jova. We'll get to the Drakes later.
Oh, the Drakes show up. Neat.
They're mentioned.
They're mentioned.
This isn't about them.
Remember, Jova. This is the Uncharted for the. This is not a time for the women to shine.
You don't want a case of spotlight stealing squad here, do you, Jova?
No, I'm just wondering if they'll show up, is all.
So yeah,
It's okay, though.
So yeah, Chloe. Since Nathan's not here, it's up to Chloe to decipher the clues that we get.
So, is this the game where it's established that Chloe had Indian parents?
Don't worry, Jova. We'll get her backstory as we go along.
Okay. So it's this game. Just trying to remember if it was mentioned in 2 or 3.
Well,
Nadine Senpai noticed me.
in Uncharted 2 and 3, it's obviously implied because of her looks and stuff and stuff like that. However, yeah,
Really?
and it's also mentioned in a throwaway line, if I remember correctly. But yeah, in here we get the full story.
I mean, not to sound racist, but her looks never really gave me the inkling of Indian.
All right, everybody, welcome to the overworld of Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Hey, this looks like a place from Uncharted 4.
Well, it's reusing assets, so.
Yeah, well, yeah. Remember, Joe. This
We
was
only-
it's one of more Naughty Dog's more budgeted games.
And
Yeah.
we only had 1 year of development, so we couldn't.
And this was originally going to be DLC, so yeah.
I'm sorry I doubted you, Chloe.
Huh.
Salah. It's not a modern structure.
Yeah, this is another thing. Chloe knows of being Indian. Chloe knows the pronunciations, but Nadine doesn't. So
You don't know.
So
Yeah, they didn't. So go on.
you don't like anything.
you know what's funny? Normally Indians have British accents, but this one is
That's
Australian.
that interaction right there just sounded like it was between me and Dwebs. Like, I don't like it, Pedro. You don't like anything, Dwebs.
So Dwibs so basically, so let me guess. Dwibs is the Chloe, and you're the Nadine.
Actually, it's the opposite.
Really?
Nah,
So-
I think what Jova said.
Chapter 3, Homecoming. See, Dwebs? It is Chloe Homecoming.
Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, honestly, I've always seen Dwibs as the Chloe since you know.
All
he
right,
spends-
allow me to explain something now. Okay, Jova. There you go. Finally, Uncharted has done what you've always wanted. This is the first ever open world Uncharted game of sorts. Why?
You say that as we start on a cliff.
Well, yeah, but don't worry, we'll get to it. It'll become apparent. Basically, this is the first Uncharted game that tries to branch out in terms of its linearity, in a sense that you can actually go through the game in a non-linear fashion, where you get to pick which temples you tackle in which order.
So essentially, the majority of this game is going to take place in this area. I'm guessing.
Exactly. And I'm gonna and there you go. These are the gameplay modifiers that you can unlock. You can even unlock an 8-bit mode where everything is pixelated.
Really? Are you going to use that at any point so we can see what it looks like?
In the finale, if I remember correctly.
Hey, Pedro, I was just doing a bit of looking up.
There's also go on.
Pedro, I was just doing a little bit looking up. I didn't think this would be the kind of game, even if it were from Sony, to be all that popular in Japan, and yet this apparently has Japanese localization.
Well, those games have always had Japanese localizations.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard, funny enough, I heard Jack and Daxter didn't do too well over there.
Well, yeah, but a game like this is better because the Japanese like action
solving.
adventures.
And
Also,
puzzle solving.
the Japanese love female characters. I'm not even kidding. That's literally a thing because Japan loves their fan art.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, you can actually make money making literal fan fiction there. It's
So
called
yeah,
Oceans.
so yeah, the rope mechanics from Uncharted 4 return, which is great because they're a lot of fun to use.
From the ads I've seen, female characters are definitely the forefront.
I wonder why.
All right,
No
so here's how it is.
Such your feelings, Shira. You know it to be true.
Our main method of travel in this. Oh, there you go. Our main method of travel in this game is going to be our jeep.
And
Basic-
the rope too.
Well, yeah, but
It's a control thing.
yeah, Chloe insists on driving herself. It's a control thing.
Yeah, see, Chloe's the dwibs here. Whereas Nadine is the more
I call
clothed.
shotgun.
Let's just enjoy
Whereas Nadine is the more focused, darker skinned Pedro.
And I'm the one who's working to getting a driving license.
Yeah,
Alright.
makes sense.
True.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. In the next part, we get into the actual open area that I just mentioned. So see you
That's
then.
right. Tune in for the next part of Distaff Liz and Pedro.
See you, everybody.
Yeah, as women. See ya.